Hello everybody, and welcome to another Kaldheim draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below with your questions and feedback. If you would like to catch me streaming live, you can find me at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, and if you would like to support my content, you can do so via the Patreon at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Okay, let's go. We got that one done quickly. We hear the sound of shuffling. Okie doke. How are we starting off? Well, Crippling Fear is an absolute bomb. Basically, it says kill all of your opponent's creatures and keep your best creature. But yeah, so -3/-3 kills most of the things you care about, and so you'll be able to sweep away their stuff, and you get to name a creature that you have. And a lot of creatures have two types, so this is like a zombie rogue. So even if they have some zombies, you can just name rogue and be fine. So this is a really good card to start with. Yeah, Fear is great. After that, the other uncommons, Battershield Warrior can do some good work in the aggressive decks, just buffs all your creatures, which is nice. Path to the World Tree is actually not a joke. I kind of thought it was going to be like much more difficult, but because there's like dual lands and there's some other mana fixing, this card's actually very feasible. And then Frostbite's just a solid common. So I think I go Crippling Fear, followed by Frostbite, followed by Battershield, maybe even followed by Path. Like Path is actually a legitimate card there. Okie doke. Now, Crippling Fear just goes well in any black deck. It does especially go well. There was also a Hagi mob in that last pack, I believe. Maybe, I'm not 100%. But Rune of Mortality is a fine follow-up to Crippling Fear. There's also Death Knell, Berserker, Jarl of the Forsaken. I would like to play black to play this card because it is so powerful. It is a blank against Changelings, but that's more than made up for the fact that you just sometimes single-handedly win the game with the card, and often the times it's going to be pretty reasonable outside of that, killing two of their creatures, maybe not killing one of yours. You get to like set it up too, so you can play like a bigger creature, things like that. I think the best card in this pack is Shepherd of the Cosmos. This card's been really impressive. It usually gets back something that's pretty meaningful. But I'm down to take Rune of Mortality and try to stick with the Crippling Fear, or just take the Shepherd and stay open. I'm just going to take the Shepherd and stay open. I've really liked it. Whenever my opponents play this card, I go, oh, which leads me to think that it's pretty good. And Rune has proven fairly beatable. Okay, Mystic Reflection, not particularly great. Just generally not, it's just too difficult to use. What else is there? There is Valkyrie Sword, which maybe goes well in a black-white control deck that we're kind of building up towards, so that could be neat. It's like a 7-mana win condition in this sort of deck. One of the things you have to think about, though, is even though this start is towards a controlling deck, black-white doesn't necessarily have the best tools for control. Gates of Istfell is the card that might even come back because it's only good in blue-white. We don't have any good blue cards, so I don't like taking a blue-white card. There's also Sword of Struggle for Skemfar, which I really like. There is Shimmerdrift Vale, it's a pretty decent land, but these are like not, I'm not going to be like a heavy snow deck probably with black-white. I think I'm going to take the Struggle for Skemfar. It's just a really good card. Okie doke. Now there's a Vega the Watcher. That could lead me to play blue-white. There's also a Feed the Serpent, which lets me continue to play this Crippling Fear. We haven't seen any indication that blue is open. We have seen a couple Doomscar Oracles at this point, but mostly we've just been seeing like these two cards are like blue-white specifically. Gates of Istfell is blue-white specifically, and if you're not getting the good blue cards, then it doesn't necessarily work. So I think I'm just going to take the Feed the Serpent here. Vega the Watcher could lead me down a dark path, and I do want to play this Crippling Fear. It's pretty much, if I didn't have Crippling Fear, I'd be much more inclined to take Vega, but since this card is just such a powerful effect, and white is looking open, but blue isn't necessarily looking open, and green is looking potentially open. Both of these cards are pretty good. And black looks open with a 4th pick, Feed the Serpent, so lots of combination factors that I'm not going to take the Vega. Okay. Again, white is continuing to look open. There's a Iron Verdict, Starnheim Courser, both reasonable cards. Return Upon the Tide's not as good, because there's just not elves you want to return. There's Glittering Frost. There's also Snow-Covered Swamp. I would definitely take Swamp over the Dragger. The question is, do I want Iron Verdict for my black-white control deck that we're kind of building here? I don't think I'm going to be short on playables, and black does care about snow sometimes with Draugrs, and what else does it have? They're just, like, there's Priest of this Forgotten. So I think I'm just going to take the Snow-Covered Swamp. I'm not like super committed to any colors, and if I do see some of those priests, I'm gonna be happy to have this. Just a pretty non-committal pick. Ooh, and now we get a Bounding Gold. It's looking like black-white is pretty open. There's also an Elderfang Disciple, so we could just take that. It works well with this Shepherd. We already have some removal spells. And this way we're flexible to going any direction pack 2 if we open something really good. These are close, I think, here, just because I already have 3 black cards, or 2 black cards. The difference between being 2 and 2 and 3 and 1 is pretty big. This is tough. I'm just gonna take Bounding Gold. Okay, and now there is Doomscar Oracle as some life gain. There's also a Runed Crown, which is pretty nice if we get that black rune or something like that. There's also Doomscar, but I don't love Doomscar. It's like a 3/2. Not in love with it. Dragger Recruit. I think I'm just going to speculate on the Runed Crown, maybe. I just don't love this card. I don't love the Crown either, but Doomscar is just a little bit small. This card can be fine. Valor is sometimes okay if you have some Death Knell Berserkers or something. I'm just going to take the Mountain, though. You never know what you're going to open pack 2. Wow, Battle Shield Warrior came back. That's more of an aggressive card, and we're more on the controlling side. But again, we don't really have that many cards, I guess. And this is a Warrior, so we could have a few Warriors and then kind of go to town. It's not looking like we're going to play green. It's also a Goldvein pick. People are really high on this card these days. Jarl is okay. Beskir Shieldmate's a nice 2-drop. I'm going to try Battle Shield Warrior, though. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to play with it, and it seems pretty solid. Now there's a Jarl. Wow, we got Elderfang Disciple back, and these 2 white cards. That's nutty. I'm just going to take the Elderfang Disciple. I think it fits our kind of grindier theme. Works well with Jarl. Ooh, now our Beskir Shieldmate. You might notice that I'm not really prioritizing Doomscar Oracle. It's like generally a 3-mana 3/2 is just not a great stat line, and just having good 2-drops helps you from getting run over. Wow, Iron Verdict came back. That's nutty. I don't really want the Gold Maw champion. Starnheim Courser's okay. I like Starnheim Courser as a flyer. I'll take Wings. I think Wings is more likely to make my deck than this. I already have Battle Shield Warrior for Go Wide. Okie doke. So let's see what we're working with here. So there's a Priest here, but we don't have enough snow to take it now. Right now. So Rally the Ranks is a card that I'm not a huge fan of. It's just hard to get enough types that are the same. We have 1 Warrior, 2 Warriors, 3 Warriors. We're just not going to get there on a creature type, I don't think. This is a Warrior. This card's great, but we're not going to splash that. Black-white just looked pretty open there, so we're going to try to go black-white. We're just going to take Bounding Gold here, another removal spell. I don't think Rally the Ranks is particularly good. Pretty solid start to a pack, though. Let's see if we know anybody in the pod. Maybe I do. Metal Mario I've heard of. I think they're another streamer. But yeah, we're just going to take these Bounding Gold. Okay, now we have a decision to make. Because Draugr can turn all of our little dorky guys into some really good stuff. There's also a Dragonkin Berserker. This card's an incredible card. Unfortunately, we're miles from playing a red deck. We're definitely playing black-white here, so we're not going to be able to play this. I kind of want to take the Dragger Helm. I already have a lot of removal spells. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells. And having a way to make all my little guys valuable is nice. Also, I don't know if there's another white drafter, so I doubt this would come back, but there's a chance. It has felt like there's not another white drafter. Okie doke. Now we can take a Starnheim Courser. That makes this thing cheaper, which is nice. It makes these bounding golds cheaper a little bit. Not really going to play Gates. This card's solid if you're more aggressive. My deck's more controlling because it's just using removal, some value. I would love some, what's it called? The discard 2 that can also be a draw spell, Skull Raid. Well, this is a really good card. It's not necessarily great in our deck, but we're still slamming this. Furia is excellent. We have a couple of cheapish spells. We'll get a couple more. We'll prioritize them a little bit. Just get those 2 drops and stuff. Also just great as a flyer top end card. Pretty happy to see Furia here. So Furia rewards us for casting multiple spells in a turn. Hi, Miss Lethal. So there's Infernal Pet. Could also be rewarding us for similar cards that Furia does. Demonic Gifts works really well with a lot of the black-white cards. Works well with this card, with the Shield Mate, with the Jarl of the Forsaken. Maybe I just would rather have Demonic Gifts. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Demonic Gifts. It just has a lot of synergy with black cards in general. Death Knell Berserkers that we're going to get later. Demonic Gifts is just a card I'm happy to play, even if it is a bit clunky sometimes. I'll take Raise the Draugr. I'm going to end up with a couple Warriors. I'm going to have a couple Clerics because of these guys. These are both Clerics. This is a Cleric. These are both Angels. Raise the Draugr is a fine grindy card. I need some card advantage in my deck. I also think Infernal Pet might wheel though, so that's not really a huge argument against it. It's between Scorn Effigy, which is really good with Furia. That alone might be enough to make me play Scorn Effigy. And if I get any other double spell cards, like if the Demonic Pet, Infernal Pet came back, I don't think I'm going to take a second Raise the Draugr here. So that's fine with me to take this guy. And now there's another Starnheim Courser. Pick 9. Let's see what came back. Longboat. How many creatures do I have? 9 creatures. It's also Guardian and Axeguard Braggart. I've been a pretty decent fan of Braggart. The fact that these both wield is absurd. I think I'm going to take the Braggart. And then I'll just take some random stuff. Gold Vein Pick. I could use a Guardian. Oh, the 3/6. Ooh, Codespell Cleric. Nice. That works with Furia. I guess I could just take another Gifts, though. Codespell doesn't really fit my deck other than things. So yeah, I'm just going to take Gifts. Invoke, sometimes playable, but not usually. Pack 3. Oh my gosh. On Color Bomb. So basically, Valkmira is a really good card. And Redain is like a card that you'll play sometimes, but usually you're trying to play the back half of this because just stopping 1 point of their damage from all sources is so good. And then Beskir Shieldmate might wheel. This card is almost certainly going to wheel. So yeah, I like to see it. After that, I would take the Beskir. Now I'm going to take Bounding Gold. Another removal spell. I have a lot of removal in this deck. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 6. Just a lot of removal. My Starnheim Courser's making him costless is actually pretty nice. Helps me double spell. I might actually play a Draugr Recruiter in this deck. It's just a nice little source of value. It plays well with removal. I find it hard to believe that anything could get me not to take Skull Raid here. I just don't want the extra card advantage. I don't think I'd mind a Master Scald, because I do have a Scorn Effigy and a couple of like enchantments that it could maybe die. But Skull Raid's just a lot of card advantage that I kind of need for this deck. Now I have Furia, Skull Raid, and Raise the Draugr. Oh my gosh, what? Well, that's good. I have a decent number of warriors. You can't have too much removal sometimes. Like, it's not like you're ever going to draft too much removal. If you were to take too much removal, you just take something else out of the pack, usually. When it enters the battlefield or dies, so it's even more synergistic with Demonic Gifts. Well, that's a nice pickup. And now I can take Deathnell Berserker over Iron Verdict. With 2 Demonic Gifts, I kind of like the Deathnell Berserker. Just as another 2-drop too, because I have a couple 2-drops. It's another elf, so I have multiple more types for my Raised Draugrs. And as I said, I have a lot of removal. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like kind of 7. I guess I'll take Doomscar Oracle now. It's still a solid card. I'm not going to play Carful Kennel Master in this deck, I don't think, but this card gains me some life, which is nice. Huh. I actually haven't played with this card yet. I don't know how good it is. It seems kind of bad to me, but I'm going to play it anyway to try it out. It's really good with Master Scald. It's like a little loop there. Gonna take this over Spectral Steel. Scorn Effigy came back. Do I want that or Draugr Recruiter? Draugr Recruiter's looking worse now that I have a way to exile stuff from my graveyard with the Marshal. I kind of want a Draugr Recruiter. I don't really need it. I don't think I'm going to play either of those cards though. We got the Draugr Recruiter anyway, nice. Master Scald came back for the combo with Ascent. I'll try that out. That's a cool little loop to put in a deck. Take this because it's a warrior. This thing came back, of course. Well, we have a lot of cuts to make here. Well, we're not going to play that card, so that's a pretty easy cut. Well, a lot of cuts to make. A lot of cuts. Not going to play the Swamp for no value. We are slightly heavier white, so 9/8 makes sense, or a little bit more significantly in some ways. Well, we have a lot of cuts. Lots of cuts to make. We can start by cutting Wings of the Cosmos. Draugr Helm was a 5-drop. We can cut 1 Demonic Gift. We can cut Batter Shield Warrior. Invoke the Divine. We can cut 1 Starnheim Courser. 1 Scorn Effigy. 1 Axgard Braggart. I'm going to cut the Draugr Recruiter because now I have 2 different cards that exile things from my graveyard and raise the Draugr, so I just have way too much graveyard stuff. Doomscar Oracle is so much better than Scorn Effigy that I would just play that instead of the Effigy. Which could be very correct. Scorn Effigy is not great. It's only synergistic with Furia. This thing also uses the graveyard 2 or less. So this is 1, 2, 3 cards that I can get back with that. Yeah, I'm probably going to take out another Courser, that's true. I have a couple artifacts that make the cost less, which is why I have it in for now. I have to make 2 more cuts here. How many creatures do I have? 13 creatures. I kind of want to try the Ascent Scald combo. It seems like a late game thing that's pretty nice. Jarl the Forsaken gets a lot worse when I'm not attacking a lot. Demonic Gift is pretty sweet with Jarl, Death Knell, and Elder Fang. Hi, Discipline. Discipline, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, but I don't really have that many other permanents. Like Draugur's Helmet could return, I guess, if they kill that somehow. Would I rather have Jarl or Axe Guard? I like this as a warrior. How many warriors do I have? 5 warriors, 4 clerics. Because I do have this 3-drop that cares about warriors pretty much. I feel like I'm going to name warrior most of the time. So that's relevant. If I want to maximize this card, I could cut Raise the Draugur. That actually makes a lot of sense to me. Because I have multiple ways to use the graveyard. I have Master Scald and what's its name? Oh, I thought I had another way to use the graveyard. Oh yeah, and this guy. That exile creatures from my graveyard. I kind of want to play more warriors so that I can maximize this Resplendent Marshal. Like if I add back in this guy and this guy, and then I cut Courser, Jarl the Forsaken maybe. Is this a zombie warrior? It's a berserker. Because this way I have 7 warriors, and buffing all my warriors seems pretty good. I don't know, BP Nice Guy. Yeah, now Demonic Gifts seems excessive. Yeah, this card doesn't necessarily seem great in my deck, I gotta say. I'm not going to be able to use it ideally, which makes Death Knell Berserker look a lot less appealing. Death Knell Berserker is already pretty bad in my deck. I'm probably just going to cut the Death Knell Berserker. Run something better like a Starnheim Courser. I'm going to be able to foretell these on turn 2 a lot of the time as well. So I have 12 creatures. I kind of want to add a creature with this last slot. What are my colors looking like? Mostly white. But I do have a double black card, so probably 9/8's okay still. Okay, what do I want to add as my last slot? I could add back in this guy. I could add back in one of these. Effigy's only good with Furia. Other than that, it's just kind of a weak card. Is this a warrior? No, it's a god. If I treat those as like 2-drops and stuff. I could play this guy. He's decent with like Elder Fang, with some of my smaller creatures. Or I could just play this, because it like makes some of my stuff cheaper. The problem with Raise the Draugur is I'm exiling a lot of my own creatures, and even exiling like 1 card with Master Scald makes your stuff a lot worse. And then this thing exiles cards when it enters the battlefield or dies. So I'm like exiling multiple things. So I'm already using the graveyard a little bit. I think I'm going to play... I already have a lot of 4s. I'm just going to play the Starnheim Courser, I think. Maybe lets me double spell on a key turn. I think we're going to play it like this. Seems pretty reasonable. I wouldn't mind playing like a combat trick, but I have a lot of removal spells which kind of fill a similar role in my deck, in that they just help me stay alive and interact. Also, Crippling Fear gets a lot better with all my warriors. Ascent does seem bad, but it's a cool loop with Master Scald, and I want to try it. That's another card that uses the graveyard. But yeah, I think we're going to try it like this. And we can make changes during the matches if we want to. So yeah, that's going to do it for the pre-game, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to
all of the patrons who support me over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those who support me at the credits level. I really do appreciate the support, and it is thanks to the support of patrons that I'm able to continue producing high-quality videos on a consistent basis. Even those who pledge just a single $1 a month really do help me out, and all patrons gain access to my card-by-card grade spreadsheet for Kaldheim, so you get that nice little resource no matter what level of patron you are, and then you can get access to other cool things at higher tiers. But without further ado, let's get to the matches.
Welcome to round 1. Well, we're on the draw. We have this card in our hand. We have a Foretell card to cast. I'm going to keep it. The fact that you can foretell for any color is kind of nice. It gives me extra time to draw something reasonable. And Fury is one of my best cards. So basically, if I draw a plains, I am in great shape. Oh, yes. Let's go. Well, I'm trying it out, Chunin. I don't always play the literal best cards. If I haven't ever tried it out, I like to try them. So I can play this for 3 mana. It does make Finn worthless. Next turn I'm going to play this Draugur's Helm with to get a Berserker, though. I scratched that. I'm just going to play this. If they kill that, I'm kind of disappointed, but ouch. Oh, if I had gone to attacks first, they wouldn't have been able to counter. The shield reduces all damage dealt to you by 1, or basically all the creatures get -1/-0. Sure. Probably Homework Fertile. It's more important by a lot. Oh my gosh, they're both zombie wizards. If I had a second plains, it'd be much nicer here. I do have the loop in my hand. I just don't have any lands right now. So I'm taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to chump with it against this guy. And I can play this and get it back. Oh, gosh. So I can block Lindworm and then Iron Verdict it. This is 3, 6, 7. But they have the tapping. So if I hold back 2 blockers, I'll actually hold back 3 blockers. I'll just hit him for 4. So I can block the Kinseekers with my Furia. Okay. And now they're tapped out and dead on board. Woo! Got him. That was nice. Well, I even blocked the Lindworm because I have to deal 6 to it. And the Iron Price only does 5. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it does 5. Thank you, TuneIn. That was close. That game was very close. Any changes we want to make? Well, hopefully that showed off how powerful the Valkmira is. Also, Starnheim Courser did a lot of work there. We were a little bit stuck on lands. Staying alive, staying alive. Whoa, oh, oh, oh.
Keep it up, Death Yugi.
Thank you so much, Tune In. I really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing to Twitch Prime. I'm reworking the music right now, so it's a little bit glitched on the music. It's not on right now, but I really appreciate that subscription. Thank you so much for supporting my content. 2 months. Awesome stuff. Okay. On the draw, we're going to keep this. I'm working on making sure that everything is a-okay in terms of copyright and things like that. Because I don't want to get wrecked for no reason. Can I make the music? Can I make the music? What kind of question is that? Of course I can make the music. Who do you think I am? Get wrecked, Cole. This is my house now. Well, I'll block. Even if they have run amok, this is super worth it. I think I'm going to use Ascent to the Worthy to get back the Batter Shield Warrior. What do I play? What do you mean, what do I play? I'm playing Batter Shield Warrior. They have a strictly worse Throne of Eldraine Fox than I do. So this one does look like Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I play the banjo, I play the violin. I'm pretty good at the recorder. Ooh, get back that other coal. Oh, satisfaction. Oh, they kept the new one. Of course they did. Get him. That's actually a pretty sick combo. Then I can get back the Batter Shield. I'm just going to kill the flyer while I can. Next turn I'm getting back Batter Shield Warrior. I have not Sullen Moonlight. Wow, the deck is groovin'. It's groovin'! This card actually did some work. Let this guy attack on that one turn, which was pretty huge. They couldn't double block it. Well, the first two matches have been fairly straightforward. The first one was really close. That one was less close. But we all know that that means the third match is the all-important. I don't have my banjo with me right now, Laser Beam. So that wouldn't really be a good reward because I can't play any of my instruments. I can simulate playing a musical instrument. Bang! The third match is always where it seems to get a little bit tougher. They always try to make it difficult. Ooh hoo hoo hoo! Nice. We're gonna keep this one. We kept the hand that had all swamps, so I'm fine keeping this hand. I know. Thanks, Darkslane. It's a gift. B flat. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't get 5 counters on it for the NicolaiBolas achievement. Round 3 is always a challenge for me as well. Or not always a challenge. It's definitely just the same as every other match. It's just extra effort, Sullen Moonlight. let's just focus on the game. For the love of the game. We're just going to play a 3-mana 3/3 flyer on turn 3, start the beatdowns. If they do something to put a bunch of counters on this thing, we can... Well, that's kind of scary. I'm a little bit afraid. And they don't have a third land, so they have a lot of spells. I hope they don't draw land here, so that I can continue my setup work. The actual black-white archetype? What are you talking about? Mine's clearly the true black-white archetype. Okay, well... We're just going to do this, keep the beat down up. They're going to tap out pre-combat, we're going to zap one of them, and then we're going to bound and goal the other one. And Bulb's your uncle. Both of us are mana screwed. I only have one color, they don't have a third land. No pesky life gain for you. All I need are white spells and my white cards. All these black cards, what are they for? They're just for show. Pure showmanship. I only had to play 5 spells and have them not draw a third land. Actually, 4 spells. 4 spells and no third land. No. Yeah, nice. We beat the end boss. Match 3. Match 3 end boss. Ugh. Just nice, relaxed Magic the Gathering. Thanks so much everybody for tuning in, by the way. It's real fun having you all here. The shuffler favors me. It was more so a case of the shuffler not favoring my opponent. Yeah, this is not a keepable hand, even with crippling fear. This is much better. We're gonna get rid of Axguard Braggart. Or we could get rid of Fear, yeah. Getting to 5 mana is no guarantee in this hand. Automod is powerful, Gaelon. I don't actually have it up. I have it set to the maximum because I don't want people being I want it to be PG in the channel. Da, da, na, 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 na. I don't believe it's growing strong. Okay, they discarded a land. Oh. I'll kill one of them. I don't know. I just don't want them looting two cards a turn. Automod blocks certain messages that it deems not stream appropriate from being shown. Human, dwarf, angel. I'm gonna cast this guy. I think they might have frostbite or something, or I thought they might have frostbite. Even against the snow deck, I'd rather have this thing. Okay, they got some card advantage. We've got some card advantage. It's all gonna work out. Oh, man, if only we could have got this down. Then their hawk would be useless. If they go like foretell, land, spell, next turn we can get rid of their last 2 cards with this and untap our guy. Oh. Black, green, blue, red. So that's 4 colors. They don't have white mana. Well, that's not great. Wow, not playing this thing first hosed me. Not gonna let him activate that. If I played this first, their provoke would have done nothing. That was bad, I guess. Rats. That card's irritating. Do they have a counterspell? Please no. No. It's tough, Moonlight, to know. Follow the yellow brick road, laser beam. That's what they say. No, it doesn't do anything. It's a style points thing. I have a warrior in my graveyard, so every warrior I play makes this thing better. Shoot. Crud. This is just a situation that happens sometimes. I think I kept a 2-lander on the draw and missed my 3rd land for a while. And they have like 8 lands in play, so this is just what happens. The opponent's just being cheeky. Cheeky. Certainly not going to play a 2 toughness creature on the board right now. The auto mod keeps us safe. Cradrath, never question the auto mod. That was not great by the auto tapper. I kind of don't mind because I can then play these both in the same turn, maybe, if I draw another planes. Oh, I'm just dead, right? They have 3, 6, so I take another 4, so it's 3, 4, 8, 12 damage. I'm dead. I can't win this game. Oh, it was Demon Bolt? Oh yeah, I was never winning this one. Yikes. They had some mana fixing. I think I mulliganed that and kept a 2-lander or something, so those games aren't really a real judge of a deck as much. It was a pretty reasonable hand. That's why they call me the bouncy one, because I'm always bouncing back. Oh yeah, we're gonna hit our 4-drop on turn 4. So good. Yeah, round 3 boss didn't show up until round 4. I always thought this was a 4-3. I actually haven't played it really. There's just a lot of 3s on the card, so I just kind of thought it might be a 4-3. Make like depart the realm and bounce back. Make like a chicken and squawk. Make like a Jerusalem and Crusade. See you later, Nimble. Sayonara. They could have wings, and that's the only card they could have that punishes this double block. I mean, we're going to foretell this and hit him for 2. They gain a lot of mana this turn. Oh, that's wild. Wow, this card's looking not great. Dwarf warrior, dwarf warrior. So I could name human or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that'll kill all their guys and won't kill my guy. I think we're in okay shape. Well, that was good for me. This ox is just in the way. A 2/3 flying vigilance seems good, but like the game is still gonna last for a while. And now when I play my Master Scald, it doesn't even trade with this thing. Nice. This is grim. This was really good for them. They've had some nice value plays. Same number of lands. I got a Valkmira. They've got... Lityara. That was a really good one. Oh, they're despicable. Just double mising value. I'm just kidding. That happens. The giant ox deck. It's too good. I'm pretty dead here. Their deck just dumpsters my -3/-3 board wipe. my gosh. They've just hit 3 lands in a row off of their Raiders card, which is the best Raiders of all time. Ugh. Dang it. Maybe we could have lived another turn. We could have just chumped the Raiders carve. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably about a turn and a half too early there. On the concession. I could have chumped the Raiders card for a turn. Taken 4 from the Ox, or blocked the Ox with my Master Scald. And then just top deck removal. And been okay. I don't know. I probably could have won that game still. Whoa, P-Facts. Thank you so much for the subscription. Their deck was wild. Ooh, this is a good hand. We have both our colors for once. I mean, last game we had both our colors and hit our curve and stuff. Ox proved too much. But yeah, thanks, P-Facts. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, black-red. Yeah, they're missing the main deck Revitalize. That's so nice of you, P-Facts. The classic Tormentor's Helm deck. They could have a Skull Raid of their own. But I'm going to get back my Axe Guard Braggart in a couple turns. Carter? Oh no. Whatever will I do? I have to attack them, chat. I had to attack them. Hi, Ravelscom. Oh, he's back. Just gonna keep playing the sizable creatures. Imagine if they have that -3/-3 for everything. Well, I'm counting that card out now. I could have played this guy. Wait, what? Was that their last card? Oh my gosh. No, I got a swamp. Hooray, we got the win. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. We're keeping. We got our Crippling Fear. They're on the play with their red deck. Soon they will know the true fear of destruction. The horror. Okay, so rules pack made it is then. Bum 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 ba dum 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 bum bum. Oh, that's so nice of you. I'm so glad you're liking them. Masked Vandal lives through Crippling Fear. Not ideal. But it could also have killed one of these bound in gold, so I'm okay with it. Yes, I love playing these braggarts. It's so satisfying. You know, one of the things that LSV once said that it kind of resonated with me. It's like when a card always feels good to play, you need to move it up in your order of cards. Like if it feels satisfying to play, it usually is a good sign for your deck. Like that card's generally pretty good. Oh my gosh, Crippling Fear. Let's go. Hurtful. That hurt my feelings. Oh yes it did. But now I still need to get back with Ascent. It's just so satisfying. I just like playing it on turn 4 and being like, yeah, next turn I'm gonna have to have a threat that you kind of have to deal with, buddy old pal. We're starting our 3 investments. I don't want to trade 1 for 2 at this point. I'm gonna take it now because if they play a 3/3, I'm gonna want to be able to kill that with my Iron Verdict, but if they play nothing, I'll kill it on their end step. Because this way they don't get any counters on it. Could I have a break? I just wanted a second swamp so I can play this card. Oh my gosh, the pain. If they do have another Masked Vandal, I'm in deep trouble. I've gotten so screwed by not drawing this swamp. If I could have had this 4/4 in play, I would have been chilling. Oh my gosh. What a bummer. Bummer, dude. Also, like, oh my gosh. It's just so egregious. It's egregious, I tell you. Egregious. Not only can I not draw a swamp for this guy. Oh my gosh, I could have just played it, I guess. Like, it's so bad to just play it. It's not lethal this turn, but it will be lethal next turn, so I'll take it. There we go. Also, they haven't played a single card that dies to Crippling Fear, which is just kind of a matchup thing that wasn't super fortunate for me. Because now I can chump block it. Crippling Fear, doing literal nothing. Oh gosh, yeah, we're dead. Yep, we sit dead. They just have to not get screwed by auto tapper, yep. We tried our hardest. They just played literal all 4 toughness creatures and changelings, and we didn't draw second black for a long time. That's what happens sometimes, though. I think our deck is pretty good. Or it was pretty good. Such is life, though. 4 and 3, pretty reasonable. It's always, whenever you do over 50%, it's pretty reasonable, because in best of 1, there's just so many swings that you can't really control. Like that Ox deck that crushed us. But yeah, overall, I think the deck was pretty sweet. Before anyone asks why I didn't play the Snow Swamp, I just have no upside for playing it. There's always comments about why I don't play snow lands when I have no upside to playing them. 4 and 3, pretty reasonable performance for the deck. If you did make it all the way to the end of the video and you were watching on YouTube, remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out. It is 100% free to do so. Subscribe to the channel. That's also free. You can click that bell so you get notified when I post future videos. Check out the Twitch stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you did make it all the way till the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag true black white, because this is like not a double spell deck, which many people associate with black white, but it ended up performing pretty well anyway. So hashtag true black white to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. You can support me directly via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You get access to my card by card grade spreadsheet if you do support me at any level, so even just $1 a month really does help me out. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can support my content at no extra cost to you. You simply have to link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, because Amazon owns Twitch, and it gives you a free subscription to a Twitch streamer of your choice each month, so you can use that to support my content, and it is at no extra cost to you. Just you have to have Amazon Prime, and then you get a little bit of a bonus helping out as a content producer that you like. So yeah, that's really nice for all of those folks that do that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun playing the matches. They were really cool, and we had some that just felt, a lot of them felt kind of one-sided, but there was also some that were just really interesting and slow, and our deck just kind of slowly took over, which was a lot of fun. That's going to do it for this draft video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.